Welcome to Man Cave Insider. I'm Dennis. Thank you for joining me. If you like what you see, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see past and future videos. This is my man cave, and this room is filled with things that I've been collecting my entire life, and these are the stories behind them. And today, we are going to be taking a look at the iconic film Saturday Night Fever, starring John Travolta, with an excellent new 4K release from Paramount. Every once in a while, a film comes along that defines the decade that it takes place in. In the 1950s, it was Rebel Without a Cause. In the 60s, it was Easy Rider. And in the 70s, it was Saturday Night Fever, the gritty drama centering around 19-year-old Tony Manero, while being king of the discos, is also trying to find his place in life. While the film mainly gets recognized for its iconic disco-fueled soundtrack, at the heart of it is a very gritty drama that emulates many of the films that were released in the 1970s. Development of Saturday Night Fever began with the article Tribal Rights of the New Saturday Night by Nick Kahn, which appeared in New York Magazine in June of 1976. The film rights to the article were purchased by producer Robert Stigwood, who hired Norman Wexler to write the screenplay. The central role of Tony Manero was cast with John Travolta, who originally auditioned for Stigwood in 1971 for the film Jesus Christ Superstar. By the time the film was in development, Travolta was riding a wave of popularity for his role as sweat hog Vinnie Barbarino in the sitcom Welcome Back, Kotter. Stigwood signed him to a 3-picture deal worth $1 million. Originally, Stigwood wanted to film Grease before Saturday Night Fever, but they were not allowed to until Grease finished its run on Broadway. About 40% of the actors in Saturday Night Fever were appearing in their first film, one of which was Fran Drescher. Donna Pesco, who played Annette, was also appearing in her first film. Originally from Brooklyn, she graduated from the American Academy of Dramatic Arts and had to relearn her Brooklyn accent. Stigwood hired Rocky director John G. Avildsen to direct the film, but he left a month before principal photography because he wanted to lighten the tone of the film. At that point, director John Badham was brought in to direct the film. The film was shot entirely on location in Brooklyn. The 2001 Odyssey Disco was a real club, and production enhanced the look of the club, including spending $15,000 for the lighted dance floor. Travolta spent 3 hours a day working on dancing for the film with choreographers Lester Wilson and Denny Terrio, and he lost 20 pounds doing so. One of the biggest challenges of filming on location was Travolta's popularity, and at times thousands of people would show up hoping to get a glimpse of Travolta. To work around this, director John Badham shot many of the exterior scenes early in the morning and also created fake call sheets. When the film was in post-production, Robert Stigwood approached the Bee Gees about recording songs for the soundtrack, and the Bee Gees initially turned him down. After looking at an early cut of the film, the Bee Gees then realized that several songs that they were working on would fit perfectly with the film. Travolta worked closely with the editors for his dance scenes in the film. He wanted to keep it at a wide angle to show the audience that he was the one doing all of the dancing. The film also underwent several title changes. Originally, it was going to be named after the article Tribal Rights of the New Saturday Night. Then the title was changed to simply Saturday Night. And once the Bee Gees submitted the song Night Fever, they settled on the title Saturday Night Fever. The film was released in December of 1977. With a budget of $3.5 million, Saturday Night Fever went on to gross $237 million worldwide, and Travolta was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actor. The soundtrack for the film became the best-selling album of all time, and that stood until Michael Jackson released Thriller. It was also the best-selling soundtrack of all time, and that stood until the release of the Bodyguard soundtrack in 1992. With over 40 million copies sold worldwide, the soundtrack for Saturday Night Fever remains one of the best-selling albums of all time. Because of the popularity of Travolta's next film, Grease, Stigwood decided to release a PG version of Saturday Night Fever in 1979, cutting 7 minutes from the original R-rated version, and it was released as a double feature with Grease and Saturday Night Fever. John Travolta returned to the role of Tony Manero in the sequel, Staying Alive, released in 1983, directed by Sylvester Stallone. The film saw Manero struggling to make it as a Broadway dancer in New York. Although panned by critics, the film still went on to earn a respectable $125 million worldwide. The legacy of Saturday Night Fever continues to this day. In 1978, film critic Gene Siskel purchased one of Travolta's white suits used in the film for $2,000, and it was later sold at auction in 1995 for $145,000. Another one of the white suits was sold at auction a few years ago for $260,000. Although the dance club used in the film was torn down many years ago, the dance floor was salvaged and it sold at auction in 2017 for $1.2 million. A musical version of Saturday Night Fever debuted in London in 1998 and on Broadway in 1999. Saturday Night Fever has become a significant part in pop culture history and has been parodied by Sesame Street, Saturday Night Live, in the film Airplane, That 70s Shows, and several music videos. And Travolta parodied the film as Santa Claus in 2023 for a series of commercials for Capital One. Now what I have here is two different releases of Saturday Night Fever. I have the original DVD release and the new 4K release. So let's go ahead and take a look at them. So here it is, two versions of Saturday Night Fever, the DVD and the 4K. DVD, single disc. 4K includes the film on 4K, Blu-ray, and all of the bonus features are on the Blu-ray. So that is it for our look at Saturday Night Fever. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we look forward to seeing you next time.